Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Meek from Team Producer Grind, and shout out to everybody who's watching the video right now. If you guys like this content, you want to see some more content from your boy, make sure you like and comment and subscribe down below, okay? We're almost at 50K, we're right there, so just help us break that threshold really quick, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to do a quick, simple composition tutorial. Basically, I'm going to teach y'all how I made this composition orchestral style melody and how you can use this stuff in your own production, how to create it with our God of War sample pack. If you haven't copped the God of War sample pack, you're sleeping. And really make sure you go cop the pack and the composition pack along with it. Shout out to Akari and T-Well one more time. Definitely an amazing pack and the most unique one on the site. So I got a melody pulled up, and this is the score that I'm going to go over with you guys today. Okay, and that's the melody I'm going to be breaking down for you guys today. So how I started is with this one pattern. I pretty much I like to cook all the melodies up in one pattern and just kind of give myself a nice 8-16 bar loop for a composition. I started out with the chords. I didn't actually play any of this. I actually just started throwing some things out. I thought C minor would be a good key to start out with. It's very dark, very melancholy. You can see I have a C minor inversion right here. So these were the chords that I laid down at first. All the sounds that I used in this melody were from the God of War sample pack. No cap, like everything, the one shots, all the effects, everything was from one sample pack, the God of War sample pack. This was a sustained violin that you can see I messed with the envelope a little bit to give it a little bit more attack. I stretched it, did the same thing with pretty much every sample, gave it a little bit of a slow attack so it would have this swell feeling going. For the staccato ones, I left them with a very sharp attack so that it would hit like a stab, you know. I recommend when you do your one shots, you put them all on stretch mode. Stretch mode is just going to make sure that all the notes you play are the right notes that you're actually playing. So same thing with the staccato one. This one actually has a little bit of a slower attack, but it gives kind of a dramatic feeling. And then this violin one shot, which actually, when you hear it, it's going to sound like a flute, but it's a violin one shot. So after I got all these melodies together, what I did is I took the pattern and I duplicated it right here and I transposed it. And how I transpose it is you can click on any pattern here in the pattern picker and you right click and click transpose, and then you can transpose it however many semitones you want. I did think 5 semitones down, and it gave me the MIDI now in G minor. So now I was playing G minor. Let me just see if I could just play this really quick for you guys. Just play this pattern. You know, compared to the first pattern, definitely seems a lot more dramatic, a little more melancholy, a little more sad. I'll go ahead and just open up the chords so you guys can see what I did here. And you guys can copy them too if you like. Really very simple stuff. Just a few movements. I didn't do any scale highlighting or anything. When you're making chords for this stuff, you want it to always be moving. But at the same time, you always want to end up at home. And when I mean home, I mean the home chord, which is like the main root note chord of your song. So for this one, it was G. So I always made sure that I would end, you know, resolve around to a G and you put, or a G minor, and then you just kind of play around with where you want your melodies to go. Same thing with the bass. I did keep it pretty like rooted as far as like the key, But then here you can see I play around with the harmony a little bit. And I think that's the joy of making compositions, is that with the bass and the cello, you can really add extra harmonic attenuation to it. I don't know if that makes any sense to y'all. Then I have a pizzicato strings. These are my pizzicatos right here. And again, from the God of War sample pack, just dragged right in. It was perfect. Same thing with here. I have these kind of tension strings, and these are the ones that are giving the bounce for the loop. And then this violin. Now, the thing about this violin I want to show y'all. Now, it's a violin shot, but to me it sounds like a flute. What's making it sound like a flute is the processing I did on it. You can see I have an EQ that took out a lot of the high frequencies and all the lows, just kept those nice 1500 hertz where the tone really shines. And then of course the RC20 crypto pack is on this. I threw the hot guitar sauce preset on it. It actually gave me kind of a flute-like vibe. So without it, kind of sounds like a low key, like a little bit of a weak violin. And then when I threw this on, it gave me some wobble, a little bit of like phasing, which made it sound more like a flute, which was really cool. So I just felt with that, I went with that vibe. After that, I split the channels into an arrangement. For this arrangement, I ended up just keeping the bass just for that middle section, took out that flute / violin and only put it for the second half, so it's like this dramatic thing. You want these loops and compositions to build over time, you know? You want them to feel like a movie trailer, you know? And I will say what's really helping is all these extra one shots and drum loops and effects that come from the pack as well. I have a strings stab, a rising, swelling tremolo violin. Gives it kind of like an old Russian kind of vibe. I got this brass swell. Just another thing to add more dramatics. Cymbal roll, you know what I'm saying? This one's really nice. You know, just to get you to the next thing. And then at the end, I have a little timpani roll. You can see right here. And that's all just helping me create more dramatics for the loop. And you can see right here, I added in a little bit of a distant wind effect in the beginning, just to give it some environment. And then in the second half, I add the drum loops. Now with drum loops and these orchestral melodies, you definitely want to be careful where you place them. And you can see I turned them way down. These are at like -20 dB. I turned them down because I don't want them to be the forward focus of the loop. I want the melodies and the strings, all of that, to really drive the energy. So this was the drum loop that I used. It was called Commander. And then at the end, you'll see I layered it with another drum that had some more cymbals and was just more of a big impact thing, just to give it some more dramatics, you know? And then at the end, I cut them and gave it a little volume automation so that it would go with this ending right here. And then it just resolves. Literally, I just cut the one shot to end on a G, and it ends on a G minor. So it's pretty simple. I just got creative with the one shots and the drum loops to add a little bit more flair to the loop. But I think this is something you could easily get placed in a sync license, or even make your own crazy type of beat battle type of music with it. You know, this is a dope pack. Do not sleep on the God of War Orchestra Sample Pack, man. I'm telling you, this thing is huge. It's massive. The most epic kit on the Producer Grind website. And I'm just going to say that, you know? And, you know, that's all I got for y'all today. That was just a quick little simple tutorial. If you guys like this content, make sure you comment below and show some love. Get us to 50K. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Team PG. Shout out to everybody in the Discord gang, all of my mod gang. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the new Discord sample pack coming out soon. And there's a beat battle on the horizon. The God of War beat battle is coming soon. Stay tuned. Make sure you stay tapped in with us on Discord to keep updated on when that battle is going to happen. And I'm telling you, there's going to be some crazy prizes for it. Thanks so much, guys. And shout out to y'all, man. Keep producing. Yeah, yeet.